Hello, friend, and welcome to the 10-Minute Mind Shift Podcast. I'm your host, Janet Cagle, certified life coach, business strategist, and lover of all things related to up-leveling my life and yours. My goal is to help you experience a mind shift that gets you one step closer to your goals, whatever they are. My goal is not to keep you wrapped up in self-help all day, just 10 minutes. And who doesn't have 10 minutes, right? Welcome back, my friends, to the 10-Minute Mind Shift Podcast. This is episode 7. Make sure to listen through the outro because I am going to tell you how you have a chance to win $100, and the odds are really, really good. So listen to the end, and then I will put the details in the show notes. So in previous episodes, I have talked about possibility thoughts and impossibility thoughts. Today, I'm talking about decision thoughts. For purposes of this podcast, I want you to think of decisions as a commitment to a thought, and as you know, thoughts create our feelings, and our feelings become fuel for the actions that you take or the inactions that you take, and that, my friends, is how we create our results. When we want to create an outcome like losing weight, making more money, or launching a business, it all starts with a decision first. Making a decision is where we can find our power to create the lives we want to live, the experiences that we want to experience. It's the first step towards stepping into our highest and best version of ourselves. It's how we create a life by design. We decide. Sometimes when we make a decision, we do it with the idea that we will know if we made the right decision by how hard it is to create the desired outcome. We tend to think it was a good decision as long as things are going well and things seem easy, and then when we have a bad day or things get hard or we feel like things are going south, we go right into the thought that we must have made a bad decision again. We think that if we had made the right decision, the proof would be that things would be easy and sunshine and rainbows and daisies and unicorns, and that's just not true. So what's going on exactly? Whenever we make a decision to do something new or really put ourselves out there to create a better result, we are likely to be doing things we have never done before. It's supposed to be hard. That's how we learn. That's how we create resilience. That's how we grow in resourcefulness. That's how we get good at creative problem solving. That's how we deepen the relationship with ourselves that goes far deeper than anything that gives you instant gratification. The brain loves to keep us in confusion and indecision. It's the primal part of the brain that loves to keep us seeking pleasure, avoiding pain, and conserving energy. Remember, that part of your brain has a strong motivational strategy at play, but the sophistication of a 3-year-old. The brain also likes to point to our past to let us know just how crappy we are at making decisions by recalling all of the decisions of our past. So, we become very reluctant to decide, and we become very wishy-washy about making a decision, and for sure, we don't commit to the decisions that we do make. Many of us fall into the belief that life is just happening to us and that we have no control. So many of my clients and students will say to me, I don't know how I got here. And then they go on to say, I don't know how to fix it. Decisions that you have made in the past are how you have the life that you have today. Decisions that you make today and tomorrow will create your future. You are deciding in each moment where your life is taking you. The message that I want you to hear is the power that you have over the outcomes in your life. So many times we think that we are at the effect of what happens to us, what other people decide that we either benefit from or suffer from. I want to give you a couple of examples. Making more money. We believe that the amount of money that we are making is the decision of our boss or the organization. We believe that we don't have control over the amount of money that we make, and that feels terrible. And that feeling of not being in control of our income generates emotions like resentment and frustration. Then, when we feel frustrated, we don't show up as the highest and best version of ourselves. We show up in resistance and with an undertow of animosity towards the organization, the boss, and maybe even our co-workers. In this scenario, it's easy to feel like our income is not our decision. So I want to show you where you made your decision so that you can see where you have control and power. Here are some of the decisions that you have made in this example. Number 1, you decided to let the amount of money that you are being paid determine how you show up. What if you decided to show up as the highest and best version of yourself, giving value ahead of time? What if you decided to show up all in for the company and the organization? What would you lose exactly? Number 2, you decided to accept their offer. You continue accepting their offer by the way that you show up. If this scenario is hitting a chord with you, here's the notion that I want to offer you. What if you tried on the thought, I am getting paid in direct proportion to the value that I am bringing? That is a much more powerful thought. And then what if you just started bringing it like a value ninja? Every day you ask yourself, how can I add value? Where can I offer more value? You will either start moving up inside the organization or you will get recruited away from the organization. I know some of this might be hard to hear, but the point of this podcast is to create a mind shift. And so I want you to be challenging some of your thoughts. I know that this works. I have experienced it, and I've seen it work for hundreds of others. Here's another example. Having an amazing marriage. Now, I know we hear that it takes two and that both people need to be on board or it won't work. We hear things like 50-50, give and take, but here is a magic formula for you. Now, this is simple, but it is not easy. But hear me out. When you decide to work on your marriage and you decide to start showing up as a better partner and you decide the tone in which you will speak, the words that you say or don't say, the respect and appreciation that you decide to bring, the vulnerability that you decide to show, when you show up as the partner that you would like to have, you create space for that partner to show up too. We all have to become exactly what we want to attract in every single area of our life. And it starts with a thought, and the most powerful thought that ever was is a decision thought. When you decide to step 100% into emotional adulthood and stop making someone else responsible for making you feel loved, respected, appreciated, and worthy, 1,000 pounds of weight is lifted from the relationship and you create 30,000 square feet of space for others to show up as their highest and best self. You get to decide. You get to decide what you want to weigh, what you want to bench press, how much money you want to make. You get to decide how you want to be in this world. Decide what you want to experience. Decide where you want to live, how you want to eat, how you want to feel. You do not have to continue living out the life of decisions from your past. So here is your work for the week. Awareness is the first step in making any up level in your life. So this week, spend some time thinking about decision thoughts. Notice what your brain does when you are faced with making a decision. Does it throw you a past experience as evidence of a bad decision you've made? Does it have you thinking there's a wrong decision to make? What comes up for you? It doesn't have to be a big decision. You can literally do this awareness exercise when you're deciding what to have for dinner or what to watch on TV or what to wear. This is really going to help you see exactly how your brain works in this area. Keep coming back because next week I'm going to share with you some real life decisions that my husband and I have made that created the life of our heart's desire. This is going to be so fun to give you a sneak peek into our lives so that you can learn from some of our experiences in making decisions. That's a wrap of the 10-Minute Mind Shift podcast. I hope that you were able to experience your own mind shift today. Listen, if you're ready to take this work to the next level, I highly recommend Life by Design Academy. It's my one-on-one coaching program that offers you a transformation at the speed of life.